Well guys, I'm a big dumb idiot. She knew I was home and just wanted me to come up. When have any of you misread a text message and almost ruined everything? I went on a business trip this weekend and got home at 6:25 am. I didn't want to wake her and the kids, so I sat quietly in the living room watching TV. A few minutes later I get a text from her. "Thanks for staying over, babe. I love sleeping next to you." Obviously, I wasn't here last night. I'm still on the couch and haven't responded. I think she went back to sleep and has no idea she accidentally texted me. Monday, I had to go to work before confronting her. I think it was better anyway, since it gave me time to think about what to say instead of rushing to anger. I asked my assistants to go to the 7-Eleven next door and see if they have Scheinerbach. If they don't, I'll ask him to go as far as Publix. For science. Edit, we didn't find any. She finally texted me at work and said that her girlfriend stayed over. I didn't respond. 3 PM EST. Tuesday, I left work last night and went to dinner with one of my work partners. I didn't say a word to my wife when I came to bed. In the morning I mentioned the text after I woke up. I told her I was surprised she would use that language with a girlfriend. She broke down and admitted that she had a platonic girlfriend and an not so platonic ex-boyfriend over while I was away. She admitted it wasn't the first time. I calmly told her I would have to think about how I feel about the situation and let her know whether we should separate. A hazy fog of disbelief has clouded my world. Everything happy has disappeared. The quiet nuclear family life. 2 kids, a dog, a 4-bed home in the suburbs. Since Tuesday morning I have learned this has happened before. She took him to an expensive hotel on the beach near our home to eat at the award-winning restaurant. I introduced her to this place on our anniversary last year. She revealed to me that she is interested in a swinger lifestyle, and she's already been to swinger clubs with him and the girlfriend. She wants to keep our marriage together but wants to keep the lover as well. The funny is, I'm not a jealous person, neither am I controlling or demanding, or think that I can force someone to love only me. If she hadn't gone secret agent on me and tried to hide it, I would have considered it. I've moved out of the home and into my office until I can find a condo or apartment close to our primary home and my daughter's school. I've given my lead engineer all of our bank info so he can run the company in case I get held up with any problems. TLDR. Life could be so much simpler if it had been a misunderstanding. It wasn't. She was cheating, hiding, and using our family's money to do it. She wants to keep our marriage together but wants to keep the lover as well. I want washboard abs but I also want to sit on my ass and eat pizza. Something's gotta give. My money is on your couch. For those of you who are criticizing OP for leaving, sometimes you have to. To remain in the house could create far more problems, especially if she is claiming he is the one who hit her. OP, please be aware that you could be liable if her violence affects the children. You may not think she would hurt the kids, but then again, you don't really know her, do you? Please bring this up with the lawyer ASAP and try to get an emergency custody hearing. Also, I strongly recommend installing nanograms, or at least give your kid a nanogram, and record all meetings interactions between you and her with sound. At least, I don't know what the law is where you are for recording, but I'm sure someone here does. Protecting the kids is paramount. This will give her little chance to succeed if she does accuse you of being the violent one. As for the redditors saying don't give her access to the house, he cannot do that legally. You cannot kick someone out of a house after you've invited them in, even a cheating spouse, nor can you discard their things, etc. OP is acting in a more responsible manner. Regardless of how you view he should protect his kids, stop armchair refereeing, peeps. OP is the only one who can make such big decisions. Maybe I'm just conditioned to it, but when people even so far as suggest having him and keeping me too, I feel like they're the most arrogant, self-centered piece of crap known to mankind. I cannot possibly fathom how selfish you have to be to even say something like that, let alone it be a possibility. In 20 years OP children will realize, wow, mom was a self-centered bee. Frick her, she sucks. In regards to your wife, this type of behavior will bite her in the butt. I am not against swingers or anything, but cheating and lying have a way of coming full circle. You'll reap what you sow. You on the other hand are a freaking champion and all you gotta do is clear your head, Take care of your kids and move on. Someone out there will appreciate you more than your soon to be ex-wife did, and in the end it will probably make you happier. I like you. We've all been rooting for you and hoping for the best. You managed to leave out the most important part, though. Did your assistant ever find the Shiner box for your Monday lunch? Unfortunately not, and it's become the biggest travesty of my week. I can deal with a cheating, lying wife, but lack of beer is totally unacceptable. Will everyone please get off their high horse and cut the guy some slack? Seriously, the guy has been in one of the worst situations imaginable and you are all acting like you are experts on the situation. He talked to actual experts called lawyers and they gave him legal advice that he then followed. To everyone saying that messed up by moving out, please show me some sort of evidence that you know more about what to do than a practicing lawyer. Then maybe you can show your disappointment in his actions. Downvote this if you want. I don't care. I'm on the ARP side and I think he did whatever he thought was right based on the legal advice he got, which is rarely a mistake. Following what a mob of angry people on Reddit say can be a mistake. No crap. As soon as I see a comment with the words "move back in," I collapse it. Freaking armchair lawyers. Do me a favor, live the best life you can. You already own your own business from what I can tell, and have some cash to spare. Go live the bachelor life for a short while. Make sure your kids are treated well, and when the time and person is right, don't hesitate to move on. I must say though, don't introduce anybody into your children's life unless you're willing to spend the rest of your life with them. It gave me a bit of a confusing childhood with my mother's boyfriends. Not that I blame her for having boyfriends, just don't agree with introducing them. You'll still love her, probably for the rest of your life. You married her, you had a child, Ren, with her, you grew as a person with her. Those feelings won't change, but you'll learn to live with it. Now this depends on the type of relationship you had, but you and her could have acted as one entity. You'll find things so different now you're no longer with her. Enjoy it though, and don't forget about your children. They're not a reminder of your ex-wife, they're people. People who depend on you. Maybe I'm telling you this because of my own childhood problems, but your life is your children. I'm a father myself. I know that should anything happen between my wife and I'd never once blame it on my children, nor would I treat them any differently. You really need to keep this in your mind. Focus your attention on making them happy and helping them through this difficult time. Best of luck. Dante, welcome to the second circle. Only 8 more to go. As someone who has been through it already, I wish you the best. On a side note, it has been 12 years since I moved out, 11 years since I met someone new, 9 years since the divorce was final. On the bright side, tomorrow my girlfriend of 11 years and I will be getting married. I hope you find a great Virgil to guide you through this journey. But it will still be 2 days till we say we're sorry. If this was a movie and you were being played by Philip Seymour Hoffman, the lead engineer you gave your account info would turn out to be the lover. Oh my, no, I'd lose my best friend, my partner, and my wife all at once. The twist is that my daughter was the one who matched them up as new soulmates, and knew about it for years. Hey man, I was just wanted to say this is a crappy situation and I'm sorry this happened to you. I think it's really indicative of your maturity when you mention that you may not have minded if she had just discussed it with you first. Honestly, once that trust is broken it's really hard to maintain any sort of trusting relationship, and I honestly think you're going to be better off now. I hope you maintain your relationship with your children. We already have way too many kids being raised without fathers and it would be a shame for a good father like you. You seem like a decent guy at least. To not have his influence on his children's lives. Be a role model for someone like you man. I wouldn't mind dating my sister. And I don't say that lightly. Good luck man. Keep on keeping on. I'm sorry to hear all that. I wish you would move back however, and ask that your wife move into an apartment that you rent. I see your understanding of this lifestyle, but it shouldn't be something that your kids should have to deal with it should they walk in on mommy and company. I would assume with your job it would be difficult to manage the kids on your own, but with you being the boss, I'm sure you could make it work. They still need their mother obviously, as I'm sure she a good mother, but she's not thinking about them when she's engaging in this behavior. This is so true. Kids already have a hard enough time dealing with parents splitting up when no one else is involved, even if they never walk in on any adult activities. Seeing their mother with a new person this soon is probably going to be very upsetting. The part where you said if she hadn't gone secret agent on me I would have considered it is the most important part here. Imo. People need to realize that at the end of the day, absolutely the most important thing for the survivals of any relationship is, I think, open canals of communication. Everything else can be adapted to the needs of the individuals and the relationship. On another note, OP, I commend you for having such a healthy frame of mind and a sane reaction to this situation. Good luck with everything, though I'm sure you don't need it, but just in case, PM me day or night if you need to talk. Vent anonymously. Your wife is a loser. Save your kids from having to grow up with her as a role model. Sounds like your head is on straight. Let your soon-to-be ex-wife go live a selfish life. Being able to joke about it like making this thread title shows that you're in a better spot mentally emotionally than a lot of people would be in this situation. This really sucks, and you have my apologies and best wishes, but you seem like the kind of guy who can get through this better off in the end. But thumbs up to you, man. And I hope you find happiness in the end. I'm not a jealous person, neither am I controlling or demanding, or think that I can force someone to love only me. If she hadn't gone secret agent on me and tried to hide it, I would have considered it. Respect. This may get buried, but I pulled a bunch of common signs of cheating from another forum. The phone becomes an appendage. Sudden increase in sex drive. Sudden decrease in sex drive. Conversation about open relationships, swinging, threesomes, working late, unpredictable hours, arguments, espo the where the heck is this coming from kind, texting, lots of it, new friends, most of them toxic and not introduced to you or your family, alcohol, complaints about spouse being controlling and or not fun. Yep, for me it was 2, 5, 6, 8, 9 and 10. I am sure if cell phones had been as readily available back then I could have witnessed 2 more of those signs. This will no doubt be buried, but I hope you read it, OP. I am on the other end of a divorce with kids heading off to college. I know you'll pee off and hurt terribly, but I urge you to do what is best for your kids. Take all that negative energy and direct it toward being the best father in the world, in spite of what she does. You're going to have to let go of her being a skanky ass. I recommend you move to a place inside their school district so they don't have to change schools. Do not fight in front of them. Attempt to have a friendly relationship with your ex for their sake. Negotiate the terms of your divorce with your ex, like whether you will bring the kids around anyone you're dating, how decisions will be made, etc. Stay involved in their lives. Get on the school's email list. Go to teacher conferences. Be visible. My ex and I spend every major holiday and birthdays together for the sake of the kids. We even had family vacations. Yeah, it means swallowing a lot of crap, but I promise you, in the long run, it will pay off in spades. Keep your family out of any future relationships. I recommend postponing serious dating until the kids are in high school because it's just so much drama. Unless you are married to that person. Another person often messes up the dynamic as they try to claim power in the group. Don't allow this to happen. I always spoke well of my ex in front of my kids. I always encouraged them to have a good relationship and I included my ex in decisions regarding them. I accounted for every penny of child support, how it was spent, how much I was spending, etc. It wasn't until he got a serious girlfriend that it all went to crap. She decided that it wasn't appropriate for him to be on friendly terms with his ex-wife and she forbade him from having any contact with me. His visits dropped to every other month. Then he stopped paying child support. Then he stopped all contact and she emails the kids on his behalf. There were times when I hated it and I was pissed off about it, but I kept my criticisms in check. Just this week, I got a copy of an email one of them sent to their father telling him that for the past 5 years, I have encouraged them to have a good relationship with him, to show respect and that I have never trashed him. They said they were disappointed that he had dropped out of their lives, since every effort was made to keep him involved. Your kids are going to grow up one day and will realize what really happened. I know that seems like some place way off in the distance, but it is coming. Getting the television or screwing her out of $1,000 isn't going to be worth the unhappiness it causes your children. Oh, and by the way, I hope you consider going after custody. And she's already been to swing clubs with him and a girlfriend. So this douchebag is banging your wife and has a girlfriend that's cool with it? Dude, your wife is such a piece of crap. Divorce her. Take the kids. The judge will side with you since you aren't the one wanting to go out and frick random people and possibly contract a disease that would inhibit the happiness of the family. I'm sorry this happened to you. Don't let her walk on you. She's already demonstrated a massive failure of communication, love, and most of all, trust. She had it all. She wants more, and she's bloody well using you at this stage. Move back in. Also, if you don't have a prenup, for the love of God, record her admitting her cheating or get her to sign something or whatnot. Have proof, and loads of it, other than the errant text message. If you show up to a divorce hearing and lay it out, your nice family, nice home, nice job, and oh look, Your Honor, I have evidence and stuff, you'll get out of it much better. Good luck, man. I've given my lead engineer all of our bank info so he can run the company in case I get held up with any problems. This line had my fake post alarm beeping. No one gives an engineer any sort of power. Trust me, I'm an engineer. That being said, if the above is true, I really do feel bad for you, and one of my biggest fears in life is your situation happening to me. That part sounded weird to me too. I don't know if you're considering the lifestyle, and even if it works well for some people, she lied to you about everything. I stayed with a girl that cheated for a year, and when they say, you can forgive but not forget, they're very right. I know dem feels. Holy crap. Move your butt back home immediately. Why the Sam heck would you abandon your kids when they need you the very most? Jesus dude. Wake the frick up. You need to get pee. I don't mean the hateful kind of pee. I mean the determined to do what's right for your kids kind of pee. If you let her, she will drag those kids through some special kind of heck that you can't even imagine right now. Get back home. I'm not saying you have to work it all out. Frankly, I think most any relationship is salvageable, but you need to go home to be a stable influence for your kids. Don't just be a man, be a father. Maybe this comment will go unnoticed between the hundred of responses to this thread, but OP, you are my freaking hero. If I ever face a similar situation, I wish I have your determination and patience to do the right thing. I hope the best for you and your kids. She cheats on you for an extended period of time, gets caught, and now she wants an open relationship. Dump her. Get a lawyer. Take everything. Dante, there's a site I highly recommend for you right now. survivinginfidelity.com. The people on the site are all in the same position you are right now. The collective knowledge, especially around property and custody issues, is stellar. There are people in all stages from just found out to separation, divorce and reconciliation. Reddit is great, but please know that some of the feedback you're getting is from people at an entirely different stage of life. The Surviving Infidelity site kept me sane. Your situation, can't we stay married and I continue to see him, is one of the more common ones. I cannot recommend the site highly enough, and I hope you will check it out. Holy frick, what a despicable W. People like her give any kind of lifestyle involving sex a bad name, and then to think she has the fricking nerve to try to hide behind this movement and subculture. Part of that subculture is being open, but no, instead she is an utter selfish T and doesn't think of her kids or husband and decides to ruin a family in the absolute worst way. What do you tell the kids when they ask what did mommy do? Oh, mommy went and took 20 dongs at once behind daddy's back. OP delivered. Now, let's help him get revenge on this S-by. Frick. We feel yeah. Best thing to do, completely remove her from your life. Every last piece of her is going to haunt you. Don't take revenge or any of that crap because that will just prolong the pain. Either that, or start swinging with her until you find a suitable replacement. That way it probably won't hurt any more or less. but you'll be getting revenge in an odd way, and also probably a double BJ. I'm wording this in a light-hearted way so hopefully make you chuckle, but the core advice still stands. Did you take care of the bank account etc? Just because she wants to swing doesn't mean she won't still try and hang you out to dry. Get her on hidden microphone admitting she cheated and wants to be a swinger. It may prove useful for custody issues. Also, why did you move out? You should have kicked her out. Now you've lost everything and don't even have a place to sleep. I've been there. It sucks donkey balls. Well, sorry to hear the update. I was really rooting for her to hear you come home and tempt you upstairs. But on a side note, this sorta sounds like the opening to Old School. Next thing you know, you'll become a godfather to a fraternity and hook up with the girl with the white snake jacket. I really do hope that life has something absolutely amazing in store for you. This probably won't get upvoted, but I suggest this to you OP and hope you read this. Look up borderline personality disorder, BPD, on Wikipedia and tell me if it sounds like your wife. I believe it will. Reading what you said about violent tendencies in a female sounds all too familiar. Might not help you in court or anything, but may give you some closure. P.S. Run. Run for your life. Yes. I love the title. I was thinking how the frick could he have misread a text like that unless he completely made up what he read? Sorry it had to happen like that OP. I must admit I am surprised that leaving the house doesn't hurt your case, but pulling your money away does. Where I live, it's completely the opposite. Glad you talked to a lawyer first, in any case, and best of luck to you. Okay, I wasn't going to say anything but I can't hold it in. WTF. Why did you leave? She cheated. Frick her. Make her leave. Those are your kids and she didn't just cheat on you. She cheated on the family. If she cared about those kids as much as she claimed, she would not have been bagging it up with some dude. Again, frick her. She needs to leave. She doesn't want to leave, then she can STFU and wait until a judge makes a ruling, but you do not need to leave. They need you to. Crap, they need one parent that understands how much pain she is causing. Do not speak ill of their mother to them. But these kids don't deserve this. You do not deserve this, and that B deserves a kick in the sea. I'm sorry. I am a female who is married with children and this is total balls. Frick that stupid B. Her new frick toy won't last. Relationships that were started by infidelity have a very low success rate, while you on the other hand will get the sympathy of a beautiful, loving, caring, compassionate woman someday soon. You are the cheated on, not the cheater, and you don't need to do crap except lawyer up and try to make things as normal as possible for your kids. TLDR. Frick her. She cheated, she needs to leave. The kids need you too. I cheated on my ex. I have to live with myself every day, and that's a million times worse than some random people online telling me I'm an butthole. Cheating is not cut and dry. Wait, I don't get this. Your title says that you misread her text, so I instantly thought, oh cool, just a silly misread, life's back to normal for him. But then you said you did read it correctly and she was indeed cheating on you, so I am puzzled now. If this woman brought strange men into her home when her kids were there, that is absolutely absurd. Brother, all I can wish for you is that you can move on easily and spend time with your kids and enjoy finding a new relationship that is beneficial to you. She will surely be miserable when she turns into a sack of skin and no one wants her body anymore. Best of luck to you. My stomach hurts so bad as I read this before, and today, I feel for you. Frick, it just breaks my heart to read this. This is my worst nightmare, and I feel terrible that it's happening to you. And yes, cynics, I know it happens all the goddamn time, but still, I don't have any clever advice, and it's all been said already by smarter people than me, but I wish you the absolute best. You seem to be handling this incredibly well, given the circumstances. I doubt there's anything I can do, but if you're ever in the Madison area, I'm buying you a drink or 5. Just got out of a 3-year relationship earlier this year. Reading this makes me not want to get a girlfriend for a very long time. Awfully interesting that you've barely ever commented on Reddit before, yet when the most traumatizing thing imaginable happens in your life you can't seem to get off this website. And through all this trauma and life-changing drama you managed to have oh so many witty comebacks comments. You're a fraud, OP. But since no one seems to care, I hope you're having fun. Random thought. The lawyer said pulling all the money would be abandonment. Is it possible to leave, say a modest sum of money in the regular accounts, a month of expenses say, but pull the extra out for your use, assuming, of course, that, unlike myself, you have a bit extra tucked away. It doesn't seem like it would be abandonment then but would be cutting down on the havoc she could wreak with the mutual finances. Trying to not be jealous. Still dump her. It sounds like she wants your financial support with the ability to love someone else. Jealousy aside, that's fairly crappy. Don't let her use the I want to be a swinger poly open relationship whatever the frick excuse. Don't buy into it. Seriously, if you're tempted, send your story to Dan Savage or something. He'll tell you she's a cheating piece of crap, and you should dump that mother already. Man, if she says she can't abandon the kids, then what the frick was she doing when she was off with this lover? Abandoning her family for her own personal gain. Go back to your house and explain to her THT she abandoned you and the kids a long time ago with the choices she made. She needs to figure her crap out, not you. Make her leave your house. Tell her she has a place at her new lover's. If not, it's not your problem. She abandoned the family a long time ago, man. Do not let her have her way again. I hope you leave her with nothing, dude. She can have what her newest frick buddy has. She doesn't deserve any of the money you have earned. Your wife is a bee and you need to protect yourself and your kids. Mine did the same thing, and I too went along for a while. It then took all of 3 years for her to go bug crap crazy. I finally got the children back to my stable home and she bounced around the country from state to state trying to start over. It failed because everywhere she went, she was still the one in charge and fricked it all up. She also got pregnant 3 times, aborted the first, then had the second. 5-6 years after our divorce, she got pregnant again and decided to kill herself. But because she was 1. Freaking crazy, and 2. so sure that she was the only person in the world to be a good parent, she also killed her 3-year-old son. Try explaining all this to your then 14-year-old son. If she wants to be the swinger, let her, but you need to get into a stable living situation and get the kids to live with you. Good luck. If you are new to the channel, you can subscribe. I publish new videos every day. Until then, check another video. Bye for now.